Hey, and welcome back to another video. And in this video, we're actually going to carry on from where we left off from our previous video with our integration test. So the first thing we'll need to do, like we did in our previous video, is actually refactor our details view model to accept a fake, or I should say, a mock networking manager that we're going to create later. So I'm just going to remove this tab, and then we'll go into our details view model. And then similar to what we did in our people's view model, we're going to need to create a constructor to pass in a networking manager using the protocol implementation. Cool. And then now we're going to need to create a property for actually storing and holding this. Cool. So now we've done that, we're actually going to give our initializer a default value, so you don't need to initialize it with something. You can just use a default, which is our actual networking manager implementation. And then we're going to need to replace our singleton usage here with our new constant that we have here. Cool. So this should complain because it now should ask you to actually implement and use the parameter session, which is fine. So we'll just fix that. And for our URL session, we'll simply just say .shared because we want to use the default shared implementation. Cool. So let's just clean this up. Sweet. And now we have everything that we need for our view model. So it's pretty similar to what we did in our previous video. So the next thing we're going to do is actually create our success and our failure mocks for our user details screen. So the first one we're going to tackle is our success. So let's go into our mocks here, and I'm just going to create a folder to just clean this up. So in order to do that, I'm just going to select both of these, and then I'm going to just say new group from selection, and then within this group we're just going to call it user response. And then we're going to create another group called user details. So within this user details folder, we're going to create our success mock, so a new file. And then now we're actually going to implement our class for our networking manager user details response success. So all we've done here is just added a testable import, and we're just importing our iOS take-home, project target so we can access the static JSON mapper. So within this request function, we're actually using our static JSON mapper, and we're simply just going to decode. We're simply just going to decode the single user data here, and we're just going to use the type here that we expect, which is our model here. Now we don't need to implement anything within this request function because we don't actually use it within our user details view model. So now we have our success mock, so let's actually put mock on the end of this. Cool. So now we actually have our success mock. What we're going to do is actually do the same thing but for our failure. One thing I want to do before we do that, cool. So let's create a new file, and it's going to be the same thing except this time it's going to be failure mock. Cool. And then let's just rename this file because I don't have a mock on the end of it. Cool. So let's just copy everything that we have in here, and then we're just going to paste it, and then we'll rename this to be the failure mock. And then rather than this returning static data within our failure mock, we're just going to throw an error like we did before. Cool. So now we have our success and our failure. So now we have our mocks ready. The next thing we can do now is we can actually create a new folder called details. And we can actually start off now creating our details view model success test. So let's do that now. So within this file, we're going to first of all just import our target. Cool. and then we're just going to remove the template code that we get here. Sweet. So we need to actually create our setup where we actually create our mock and our view model. So let's actually add this in. So we're going to create our networking mock here. So private var networking mock, and that's going to be of type networking manager impler, like so. And then we're also going to say private var and then VM details view model, like so. Now we need to create our setup function to actually set up and create clean versions, well, clean state for each one of our networking and our view model. So in our setup, so we want the setup which doesn't have the class function, and we want to create a networking mock where we use our user details networking manager success mock, because these are the success tests. And then within our view model, we're going to say details view model and just simply pass through our networking mock, like so. Cool. So within our teardown, let's take out the class. We're going to set our networking mock back to nil, and our view model is also going to be set back to nil as well, so it's clean between each test that gets run. Sweet. So now we're in a stage to write our test. So our details view model, if you actually look at it, doesn't actually have a lot of implementation within it. So essentially what we just want to make sure is that when you actually fetch a user's details, the loading state for the view is correct. This is for success, so the loading view is correct, and also our user info matches the user info that we actually pass through within our static JSON mapper. So they're the two things realistically that we only want to test. So let's go back into our test here, and then we're going to type out the signature of our test function. So let's do that now. Cool. So our test here is to see whether successful response to user details is set. So the first thing we want to do within our test is make sure that is loading is equal to false. So let's do that now. Cool. So we check to see if is loading is false by using the assert false function. Now after this, we want to make sure that when we finish everything, at the end of our test, that is also set to false as well. So we're going to use a defer. And then within this defer, we're also going to just call the same assertion there as well. Sweet. So now we've done that, the next thing we need to do is actually fetch our user's details. So let's do that now. So we're going to say await, and then we're going to say VM dot fetch details for 1. Now we actually don't really care too much about what we pass into here because we're not, testing the URL. We've already got tests for that in our endpoint. But what we do want to test after this is that our user's information is not nil. So we're going to write an XCT assert not nil. And then we're going to assert that our view model dot user info is not nil. And for our message, we're just going to say that the user info in the view model should not be nil, like so. Cool. Perfect. So one thing we can also do as well to actually make sure that we actually have the same data that we expect from our mock is we can essentially, we go into our success mock, we can actually grab this here with our static JSON mapper. So actually just grab the value from here. So we'll just copy this line and we'll just say here user details data, and we'll just get our data like so. Cool. And then what we can do is actually use an assert between our user info and this data here. Now the reason why we can do this is because if you actually look at our mock, we're actually returning this static JSON file to simulate a service that, so we're simulating the data that we'd actually get back from the service. So what we can do is actually compare the two. So let's just do an XCT assert equal, and then we'll compare our VM.userInfo to our user details data, and we should say that the response from our networking mock should match. Cool. So we'll get an error here, and the reason why we get an error is because you actually click into user info, and if you look at the user detail response, you'll see that it actually doesn't conform to equatable. So we need to mark this with the equatable, and we need to make sure that any of the other properties within it are also equatable as well. So let's just check our user, and that is equatable, that's fine, and so is our support. So if we go back and we build this, we should now see that our error goes away. Cool, build succeeded. So let's actually just test this out and see if this test works. So we'll just run this test. Cool. And now you can see that our test works. So when we actually call our user details view model, our data is being set properly, and the data that we get back is what we're expecting. So that's all we actually need to do for our success. So the next thing we need to do is actually create our failure test within, well, not within, but for our details view model. So let's go into the side panel again, and then within here, we'll create a new unit test case class, and we'll call it details view model failure tests, like so. Cool. And then as usual, just take all this out like so. Now again, we actually want to set up our mock and our view model. So before we can do that, we need to import the relevant targets. Sweet. And then in here we're going to say private var and then networking mock. And then network private var and then VM. I'm going to say details view model. And then we're going to use our setup again. And then within the setup function, we're going to this time for our networking mock use our failure mock. So user details failure mock, like so. And then our view model is going to be equal to detail view model, and then we're going to pass in our networking mock. And then in our teardown, we're going to say networking mock is equal to nil, and then VM is also equal to nil as well. Cool. So now we have that set up. The next thing we need to do is actually write the function signature for our unsuccessful response. So in this case, all we want to check to see is that our error within our view model, so these two properties, so has error and our errors have been set. So that's all we care about within these tests. So let's go in here and we'll just type out our function signature. Cool. So all we're saying here is to test if we get an unsuccessful response, the error is handled properly. So the first thing we want to do in here is similar to our other test, is we want to check to see if is loading is equal to false. So I'm just going to be a bit lazy and just copy some of this code that we're going to be reusing. Cool. So we're checking to see that our view model is loading is false, and then we also call our fetch details, and at the very end we make sure that our view model is not loading anymore. So what we want to do after we fetch our details is we want to actually check to see if has error and our error are both been set. So we're going to use an XCT assert true, and then we're just going to say view model dot has error and make sure that that's true. And we're going to say here that the view model error should be true, like so. Cool. And then we're also going to write another XCT assert, and this is going to be not nil, because we want to make sure that our error property that we read from for our UI is not nil either. I'm just going to say the view model error should not be nil. Cool. So let's run this test and see what happens. Cool. And now you'll see that this test passes. So I'm hoping that you're, starting to see a bit of a pattern here in terms of the way we're actually writing these tests and what we're validating. And we're just basically checking to see that what we've wrote actually works in the scenarios that we were talking about in the previous videos. So we've actually done this, and that's what we need to do for our details view model. So the final view model that we're actually going to type integration test for is our create view model, which is a slightly bit different because it actually doesn't return any kind of data. So we'll look into how we can tackle that. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd love to hear your feedback in the comment section below. Also, as well, if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if you gave this video a thumbs up, as well as subscribe to the channel and hit notification bell to get updates for whenever I release a new video. That's everything from me. I'll catch you on a bit. Deuces.